Hello, everybody. It's Craig Shoemaker. It's the Enlightened Up podcast. It's about enlightening up. You know what that means? Laugh. We need to laugh more. A lot of darkness out there, a lot of sadness, a lot of pandemic shit, okay? Time to laugh, time to add some levity to your life. That's what this is about. We'll also go a little deep. We'll go down different rabbit holes, and certainly we will with our guest today. By the way, make sure you rate us and follow us, and official Craig Shoemaker on Instagram, also the Enlightened Up podcast. But now I am so pleased to bring this next guest, and very fortunate she happened to be on her way to a gig. And I said, why don't you stop by and see me? We know one another for years. Jill Kimmel is our guest. I'm so happy you're here.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
I'm even happy because you're going to meet my family later.
I can't wait.
We've known one another for many years.
Yes, I've been following the photos. That little girl has always captured my eye, so I can't wait to meet her.
She'll probably barge in on us knowing her.
I may take her home with me. I'm just saying.
Go ahead. We're getting a dog today, so we'll trade.
Yeah, it's fine. It's perfect.
We're having a foster dog for some reason. That's happening today.
It's nice. It's nice to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it out of the kindness of my heart. I'm just doing it because, you know, you're a parent. You just got to appeal to the kids sometimes.
No, the foster dog I got for myself and then ended up keeping him. That's my dog now, was Sunny.
No way.
Yeah, I got him because I thought, I was trying to be nice. I was like, let me do this. I'm not traveling right now. Let me foster a dog. And I got him and fell in love with him. The kids were like, whatever. They don't even really care. They're like old, so they don't care.
The kids always end up not caring anyway. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I said, I need a dog. You must give me a dog. I'll take good care of it. You know, one week at the most. And then the parents are cleaning up the crap.
Yes.
That's how it always works. Are you a pet person? Would you consider an animal person? I can tell from that delay you're not.
It's an interesting
some people really
thing.
Are.
I really love dogs, but I like the dogs that I love. Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe they should all be treated wonderfully and have great homes and all that stuff. Right. I don't like a smooth dog because they leave hair.
Oh, I thought you meant smooth, like hey.
Like hey.
How about some food?
I've dated a few smooth dogs in my day, but I don't like a dog with smooth hair. I like the fluffy, like hair dogs because they don't leave hair, like a poodle mix. That's what I have. So. The smooth dog's
really?
He's like a Havanese poodle, white, puffy. He looks like a Muppet.
I didn't have you down for that's a frou-frou dog. I didn't have you down for that.
He's not like tiny. He's like 20 pounds. He's a decent size, but yes, he's very cute. I don't like the smooth. What kind of dog would you think I would have? Like a pit bull, maybe?
No.
A Rottweiler, something with teeth.
Because gypsies used to say, that's what they say, that you can tell it's a reflection of the owner.
Really?
Oh, that's what they can tell. As a matter of fact, a lot of dogs end up looking like their owner.
He must be like my mirror opposite because he's so soft and chill and like sweet. Hair, I do have the curly hair, and I am a mix as well. I'm half Italian, half German, so yes.
There you go. So you're a mongrel, so you have a lot in common with the dog.
Yeah, we're both mutts, but he's much cuter and much nicer than I am.
I was never like an animal person, you know what I mean? Like I love animals, but never like some people, animals are ahead of...
No.
I remember watching a movie one time and there was a killing. Nobody could care.
Dog dies, forget it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll never forget it. They killed a mule in the movie and the whole... They did just what you did. Look at that.
Because they're innocent. Mules don't talk back.
Oh, come on.
They may kick you when you're down. But
no, but I mean, any animal that people, they do just what you did. And meanwhile, there's dying, you know. I've always said people will, you know, save a whale, but they'll step over 9 homeless people to get to the whale on the beach.
Oh, yeah, that's not nice.
You know,
that's
true. We just care about animals more, but I can't go there. I can't care about animals. I care about people more. I mean, I loved my dog growing up and cremated. Had her cremated.
Yeah.
My sister has the jar. It pisses me off.
You should share it. She should
She won't share. But
really?
You know what I do? I tease. But she's probably mad at me because I tease. Our dog was very smart. And I'll go, sit up, and I'll take the jar. And I roll over, and I roll the jar down the dinner table. She's not happy with that.
No, she doesn't like that.
No.
What was your dog's name?
Susie. That was Susie.
Okay, we had Fluffy as a child.
Oh, and what kind of dog was
He
Fluffy?
looked very much like Sunny. He was a little black, fluffy dog. He was a Pekingese poodle mix, so they called him a Peekapoo. 2, yes.
And the 2 brothers weren't liking this dog.
Jimmy actually picked him out and named him. He wished for a dog on a magic rock, and that's how we got Fluffy.
By the way, if you don't know, folks, Jimmy she's referring to is a famous guy, Jimmy Kimmel.
That's true.
That's her brother, and so now we have a whole other image of Jimmy.
He did. He was. I was 3, so Jimmy was 6. Mm-hmm. And we got Fluffy, and Jimmy named him, and like Yeah, I mean, he was
God, if I
a
ever
good
meet him,
dog.
I'm going to tell him that. I'm going to tell him.
He'll choke you to death if you talk bad about Fluffy. It was the one and only dog he ever really liked.
Oh, my God. Our dog was very smart.
Yeah.
My theory was she was very ugly. So, yeah.
So she had to be smart. Like
exactly.
an ugly girl. We have to be like good in bed or whatever.
You say we. Oh, my God. I'm going to slap you for that one. We.
I've gone through my phases.
Okay.
I had a very chunky phase, which didn't suit me like it suits some people.
This was an ugly dog.
Gotcha.
So she had a lot of time
An
to study.
underbite or something?
She tons of time to study because nobody else was going to be with this dog. Oh, she chewed her hair off her back.
Oh,
yeah, she had a big hernia.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of dog I don't like.
Eye. Oh yeah.
Like I want someone else to take very good care of that dog that I refuse to pet. I feel that on there. I don't like people though that much, so I definitely would vibe with the dogs
don't like
first.
people.
Not really.
I want to tell people how we met. So Jill is an amazing comedian. I didn't know this though at the time we met. Nor did I know that you're related to Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't know either.
Because I think I was married at the time, so I had a different last name. Yeah,
that's right.
Right.
But I got to know you as a completely different way. You drove
Oh yeah.
the comedians around.
Right, I worked for the Tempe Improv.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were in probably my old filthy minivan.
I was in the minivan.
I have I'm
and
sorry to hear this, but my
What?
father insisted that I drive Robert Schimmel in his brand new Cadillac, and the rest of you got my dirty van. So, I mean, priorities.
I got you like literally like you were dropping a kid and like made me wait on the corner kind of stuff. I mean, it
It's
was
possible.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
possible.
you fit us all into the kid thing because your kids were little at the time.
And Dan Murr, the owner
Yes.
at the time, God rest his soul, he did not care that I had
God
children.
spit on his soul. Come on.
Yeah, he wasn't he was very good to me, but he was not.
Was he really?
He really was, which is random. I
No,
mean,
that's
he was
really
also the
random.
reason I cried almost every day when I worked there. But as a comedian,
Yeah.
he was great to me. He started me.
Oh, that way. Okay.
He really did. He offered me a hosting gig at the Improv, which I had no business doing.
Wow.
And he just said, like, let's, do you want to host? And I was like, yeah, what does that entail? Like, I literally didn't even know what the hosting duties meant. And my first weekend at the Tempe Improv, I'd been in comedy for 3 months. I was opening for Kevin Pollak.
Wow.
I had no business being there.
You had no business. You really do think you stunk?
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, you only
You
had
really
to do,
believe that?
You only had to do 5
Or is
minutes.
it just you being insecure?
It's me reflecting back now saying I didn't really stink because you get 5 minutes and he made you be clean. And so it was fine. Like comedy wise, it was fine. It was like I took my best 5 minutes and that I had been working on for, 5 months because 2 months leading up to my debut. And it was fine. They were like fine little jokes and they worked but I had no business being there because I hadn't earned it. I hadn't been in comedy long enough. There were so many other people that had been doing it longer that had earned it. But Dan had heard about me from someone else and that I had told off this other club owner, and Dan liked that.
Oh,
and
sure.
that's why he booked me.
Oh, of course.
Because he didn't like
He
that
did everything
club
out of
owner.
resentment.
Well, and so I got my career through spite, and I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
you're okay. It's kind of like, you got the after effects of some, you got to ride that spite.
I'm okay with it.
So yeah, what the hell? I mean, but you've done really well. I mean, I was so surprised. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I mean, the person who drives you around, you're not thinking they're going to be opening for you someday.
Yeah, that's
and
very
be a
true.
headliner. I mean, you're
It's
thinking,
true.
oh, they're just, they're working here at the club. You're nice, and you hang out, have some breakfast together, maybe, and all that kind of
Stop
stuff.
at Le Grand L'Orange.
Exactly. We used to go there all the time, and all my friends, we'd meet there. I mean, you just weren't. I'm not thinking you're going to be a comic, and all of a sudden, yes, you are. And what's odd about it also is that it's in your blood and your family. I found out your other brother too.
He doesn't do stand up, but yes, he's
a funny comedian,
very funny.
funny guy.
He is actually the showrunner for Crank Yankers.
Wow.
And he's extremely funny. He's actually, I think he's the funniest one of the three of us.
No.
Jimmy's like brilliant, but Jonathan, I think Jimmy's just, he's brilliant, but Jonathan's brilliant in a way that like really just tickles me.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like ridiculous humor where he does just like, he makes these little videos of like, he's like talking to the camera and he'll get his beard wet. He'll be like, now we're doing wet beard. And then he'll walk down the hall and he'll grab his daughter who's like 9 and be like, hello, Trixie, and put his wet beard, and wet beard, and like attack, just random dumb things. And I like dumb things. So clearly, did you meet my ex-husband? I don't know. That's not
amazing
nice.
though that all three of you. I mean, you're like the Marx Brothers. You're like Zeppo. And
I'll be
Jimmy,
Zeppo because the curls.
Jimmy's Gummo.
Jimmy's the main one, whatever his name is.
Groucho.
Oh yeah, Groucho.
Or you're the Wayans, or you're the Baldwin brothers. I mean, whatever you are.
The Three Stooges, whatever.
Well, yeah, two of them were related. But I mean, it's amazing to me that a family. It's like, what's in the water? What's in the parents?
Yeah, my parents are funny. My dad's very dry funny. Like, he's funny in his way, but my mom's more like the ha-ha. And my grandfather was always like with the puns. And he was always, we lived in Las Vegas, and every birthday check he wrote to you was, from Lost Wages, Nevada, and he had this little voice. And he would do this thing where he had these huge hands. My grandfather's hands were like giant. And you'd be standing over his birthday cake, and he never blew the candles out, which maybe that's like a good COVID predictor. He never blew out candles. He would put them out with his hands. He had these mitts, and he would go like this. So we had one year, he was like 75 or whatever, and he goes like this on all the candles and puts the candles out on the cake. And then he's standing next to my mother, and he turns around and he goes, "Call an ambulance." It's just like, just a weird group.
Wow, you came from all kinds of whack, but it's fun whack. I mean, I come from two parents, not that I lived with my dad, but it couldn't be more opposed to me being a comedian.
Yeah, my parents are like, ugh, fine.
Oh.
They saw that Jimmy succeeded, so then they knew that there was nothing they could say when the rest of us were trying it. They were like, what could they say? Like, that's really not a career path. Like, then you look at you, you're like, no, it actually is.
You have to have something to fall back on.
My mother just always says, like, how could you put yourself through that? Like, for her to get on stage and talk is like, she would hate doing that. So she always goes, I get so nervous for you. Like,
wow,
I'm like, you go ahead and keep doing that because I'm fine. But
Jimmy wasn't a stand-up though.
No, he never did stand-up.
Right.
Radio, he did.
Right. I actually did not think he was going to make it.
How dare you?
I'm just being honest. Listen, I predicted bad for other people.
You and a lot of other people.
Yeah, I mean, when he first got a show, I'm going, the guy from the Man Show. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking,
people didn't know him.
That's all you thought that he was.
Right.
I had no idea.
And
now
they
he's
also
like
kind of had
favorites.
no idea. They also they didn't know were very much winging it at the time. They had the open bar for the crowd, and like the crowd was getting drunk, and
oh my God,
it was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of like learning moments in the beginning of the show, but they
lawsuits.
really
You could call them lawsuits.
It's a little minor details. But yeah, no, they went through like quite a bit of change. I remember like when they started making him wear a tie, and we were like, like that's not his style. We were like all up in arms about it.
And now he looks like he fits into the thing.
He fits in it. He's grown into the role as the show has
he's also
grown,
gotten thinner and all that kind of stuff. So tell me, when did you decide that you wanted to be a comedian?
I always loved to act. That was always my thing. I would always be in church plays and, stuff in school and college. Yeah, because, that was like, where else were you going to go when you were 9 years old?
Please tell me you played Mary Magdalene.
I did play Mary, but that was no lines. That was just like the Christmas pageant. But we had a play. We put on, I don't know why, but we put on a Christmas Peanuts. A Peanuts Christmas, like Lucy and Charlie Brown. And we did, this is classic. So they had like the album at the time, right? And you would listen to it and it would be it's the whole cast, Charlie Brown and Linus and Sally and everybody. Right.
Yeah.
So we were rehearsing. I was Lucy, shocker. And we were rehearsing and nobody could remember their lines. I was the only one who memorized my lines. And then they go, you know what? We're just going to play the album and then just do the actions and you could like mouth the words. I was like, I will be damned. I memorized this. So I was up there in church. Everybody else is just like mouthing the words and I'm saying the lines along because I was like, I memorized this. I am going to do my part. So I always knew I wanted to act from the time I was little, but comedy was not a thing. Like who knew about that? I didn't know about that. And then you get older.
Odd. In Vegas, you would think you would know.
No, we were children. It was like
children in Vegas.
I mean, I knew it was a thing, but I guess I never thought about it as like a career.
How did you end up in Vegas? Your family?
My dad and mom, my aunt and uncle, my Aunt Chippy and Uncle Frank, and my grandparents, my mom's parents, moved to Vegas from New York. Uncle Frank retired as a cop in New York, and he wanted to work like as a security guard in Las Vegas. He figured he could get a job out there doing that with his experience as a cop. So we retired as a cop, and then they moved to Las Vegas. We went to visit. My dad's got like really bad asthma, and he felt great in the desert air. So we're like, let's go. So we moved too.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
No gambling addictions going on.
Oh, God, no, thank
mob
God.
ties.
No, thank God. I mean, I wish I had a mob tie or two. There's a few people I like to, but no such luck. Yeah, but we did that, and then I was there, and then we moved here to Arizona, or not here, I say here. I just moved from Arizona like a week ago. Thank you.
I guess.
So, yeah, I just moved, so I keep
Los
forgetting.
Angeles, yes. That's where we are now. And
and I was
on your way to a gig,
in
your first
Arizona.
LA gig.
I was in Arizona from the time I was 15 through last week, so 35 years I was there. And I started, my ex-husband actually took me to a comedy show, and he was like, you should do this. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I can memorize lines, but this is, they're like writing their own stuff. He's like, I think you would be good at it. And I was like, whatever. And then a few months later, I thought, maybe. My friends were like, oh, I was saying something funny, and they're like, yeah. And I thought, maybe. And I looked up an open mic. I went and I did it, and I just fell in love with it.
Have you ever, I know you rip on your ex-husband a little bit. Have you ever given him credit for being the muse?
I always tell that story. That's all the credit he's going to get, because he literally fought me tooth and nail once I started doing stand-up, to the point where when Jimmy found out I was doing stand-up, he said to my ex-husband, she's going to have to go out 3-4 nights a week to start getting good at this.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? And he was like, yeah. And Jimmy was like, are you sure about that? He's like, yeah, no, that's fine. He was never okay with it. The kids were almost always with my parents because he'd be angry that I was at a show.
Sure.
Or, oh, you're out doing your thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to make a career and get good at this, and he was never on board with it. Never.
Oh, isn't it interesting?
We're fine now, but like he was not a fan.
Jamie Kennedy and I were talking about that on the podcast. He's never been married with kids.
Right.
And it really is such a commitment as a comedian to be married with kids.
Yeah, and it's also a commitment on the spouse's part because, there's a lot of late nights and you're out. And even though your show's over, you might be networking afterwards or good. And the networking part is so important. It really is. It's like, well, are you on the show tonight? Why are you going? Well, because there's like 2 comics there that I haven't met that I want to, and it's like that whole thing. I mean, how you and I met, we became friendly and stuff because I was driving, but it doesn't matter. It's like, I met you. Oh, you're not. Oh, you want to do a guest spot? Oh, okay, you're good. You can. And that's how it works. Yeah. It's not just like show up at an office and punch a time clock.
I have a good memory. I'm not remembering when I found out you were good.
Oh.
Or when I found out you even did comedy.
I don't know when you found out I did comedy, but you were at the Improv with our friend. Who was it?
Joey.
Who?
Joey and Ivy.
No. It was a comic. He was opening for you. Oh. It was what's his name? He does the Johnny.
Johnny LaQuasto?
Yes, it was Johnny. And we went and ate lunch.
Oh.
And he invited me to meet up with you guys, and I did.
Right, at the
and then
sushi
you
place.
were yes, and you were like, "Yeah, you want him to do a guest set?" And I said, "Sure," and I did. Right. And that's when we fell in love.
That's. You would think I would know that, and you're going to punish me for not knowing that.
There's a lot of memories.
Little trivia about Johnny.
Yeah.
Last night, I have sleep problems.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's terrible. I put on sleep meditation, just, hello, welcome to sleep meditation. It's one of these guys. I'm like, can you not be English? I can't stand English.
Oh, the Brits.
Oh, I'm tired of the Brits.
See, it puts you to sleep. You're tired of it.
No, I get pissed. Now I'm up. Oh, these damn Brits.
We won the war. You don't have to hate them anymore. We left. We took all their stuff.
No, they've taken over. America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
The judges aren't even from America. It doesn't. Hello, Simon Cowell. He's always.
He's annoying.
He's the arbiter of everything that's good in America. Come on, he's not even American. Anyway, now I'll never be on that show. So
like you need that to boost your career.
Why not?
Because you have a career already.
I need something.
That's
why. So they had an ad for this ad that ran, before they said you can press here, you can skip ad, right? Yeah. It's on YouTube.
Sure, you always skip the ad.
Sleep meditation. I didn't skip the ad.
Was it Johnny LaQuasto's voice?
It was Johnny LaQuasto's voice. I'm going, what the hell is this? And it was a really long ad. That it was him talking, and it would be like they would draw like cartoons of things. Oh. You know what it was about? How to get women, into you.
Oh.
right?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like it's a whole long thing, and I stuck with it.
Like, hey, listen,
I
might
need it
as
for
well.
my wife. This is fantastic. It says, and we're going to give you the magic words. They never got to the magic words.
Well,
so
call Johnny. Let's find out.
I did. Of course, I texted him right away. He's such a goober. You know me. You know you and me with free stuff. We love. You just asked me earlier about my shoes.
Sure, I love those Pumas.
Yeah, free
Sponsored
shoes.
by Puma.
Exactly, free shoes. This idiot never got the magic words.
What?
So I'm texting him all day today.
How is that possible?
I said that's got to be included in your fee.
Yes.
You got it. I waited all night, and then I got to sign up for $5,000 to get the magic words.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate.
To say to my wife. And I said, he did this damn. I said, I know it's his voice. So I texted him first thing in the morning.
So funny.
You know, and
have you ever heard something and you realize it was you? I was watching TV the other day and this commercial came on and I thought, why is this voice so familiar? And I was like, oh shit, it's me. It was literally a voiceover I had done for a bank.
What?
And I had never heard it before. You know, you do the job half the time and then you just never hear it. And I was sitting on my couch and I was like, this is really familiar. And sure enough, it was my voice.
I don't know if it's ever happened to me. I know people have taken my voice. I've actually auditioned. I've auditioned for a Craig Shoemaker type when I was popular. Is that weird? It's on the breakdown.
You're like
a Craig Shoemaker type. I was like, how about the real thing? I'll come in.
Did you get the part?
No, I didn't get the part.
That's so LA, right?
It's so LA. I could not do a Craig Shoemaker type if I tried.
Like, yeah, no.
I didn't even know what they meant by this.
No.
I was, who's ever on the rise, I'll never be that again.
That's really funny.
It's crazy. I know, and I've also heard people. There's a lot of people that do the Love Master. They try that.
Oh no.
I was going to sue this one.
Yeah, you should.
I tried, but I don't have the guts to go through with it. Plus, you need a lawyer. You got to prove damages and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't it seem like all the lawsuit people, like you wonder, how did they get that?
Yeah.
And yet every time I've even wandered there, they go, nah, you don't have a case here.
You got to prove it.
You got to prove it. You've lost millions of dollars, whatever it is. I mean, I have real cases. Have you ever sued anybody in your life?
I have not sued. Kind of. I had a weight loss surgery years ago that was totally screwed up. I had like 2 years of suffering. I was like always throwing, it was the lap band. It's like this plastic ring that goes around the top of your stomach. Ooh. And I was always going in and complaining that I was sick and they would make me go on liquids. It was like a whole saga for 2 years. I was always throwing up. And finally, I went into this other surgeon and got a second opinion. He was like, this needs to come out. Like it has slipped 3/4 of the way down your stomach. Your stomach is paralyzed. You're not digesting anything. You're throwing everything out. It was like horrible. So I wrote a letter to the original surgeon and was like,
that's your lawsuit.
Hey, bro. Yeah. Because the surgery was like $14,000 and I was dying. Literally, the other surgeon said, you're not going anywhere. You're coming into the hospital tonight.
Did he put a new band on?
He took it out.
Oh, but you didn't put a new band on?
No, he didn't put a new band on. He took it out. He was like, this has to come out. And I said, couldn't you just sew it into place? Because they do that sometimes, like where it needs to be. Right. He said, your stomach needs to heal. You know when you squeeze a balloon and the one side's like this, like it's going to sure. That's what my stomach looked like.
Oh, my God.
Right. Like I wrote him a letter. I
talked you out of it anyway.
I wrote him this long letter.
Yeah.
It was like 2 pages. And I wrote it to him like, I'm dying because of you. Right. I almost died. And within an hour of FedEx delivering it, they called me like, so, why don't we just go on ahead and give you, and they gave me like a big chunk of money, which was a lot more than I paid for the surgery. And I was like, wow, if they're just ready to like offer me money like that, maybe there's like a lawsuit.
Wow.
And I talked to my friend who's a lawyer. He's like, listen, by the time you go to court and you deal it out and you pay a lawyer, and people always are like weird about elective surgeries. They're like, you chose to get it. You could have just eaten less or whatever. He's like, you probably won't clear that much, so just take it and run.
I would have been happy with just a refund. You got a refund and then some?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Like out of court settlement.
But I literally almost died because of it.
They must have known you.
They must have known.
Asses off.
Because I really was dying. Like he's like, I was malnourished. I had to go to the hospital like every couple of weeks. I would go in just to get an IV and just sit there. Like it was terrible.
I just lawsuits to me.
That's as close as I got.
Allergic to them.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just a lot of saga.
One time I sat on a TGI Fridays. I sat on a chair, and it just collapsed.
Oh.
And I went down.
Yeah.
And this guy, and I got back up, and This guy Barney goes, get back down on the ground and start squirming around.
Oh.
That's what he says to me. That's his first instinct.
Wow.
I'll be there. I'm your witness for this lawsuit.
And I'm got pain and suffering because I had to watch it.
Oh, yeah. He was going to get a cut. And I said, I can't do that. He goes, start squirming.
Oh.
He goes, grab your back in pain.
Who is this person?
This guy, Barney Weiss.
I want to hang out with him.
He used to own a comedy club.
Oh, did he?
It was called Going Bananas.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that name.
We ended up calling Going Bankrupt.
Oh,
It was in Philadelphia when I was rising there. Do you find that certain areas of the country are better for laughter than other areas?
I always, it's hard. Like Vegas shows are tough.
You agree?
I do agree because I feel like everyone's from somewhere else.
Exactly.
So like if
there's
you're
no
in
commonality.
Yes, there's no homogeny. I always say that. If you're in Phoenix or you're in
so happy to
Florida or LA or whatever, these people live there. But in Vegas, everyone's a tourist. So that's why I like working at Jimmy's Club, Kimmel's Comedy Club, soon to be reopened.
Is it?
On the Link Promenade, hopefully this summer. Oh, so I like working at Jimmy's Club because a lot of locals come there because it's easier to get to. It's not like it's easier to get to because the parking stuff at the Link, they have like a parking lot where you park. And also because Jimmy, since we grew up there, locals are like, oh, Kimmel's Comedy. Like, so they feel, so there's a lot more locals there. When I perform at the Laugh Factory or at like LA Comedy Club at the Strat, you feel like you have to work more because they're not like in sync with each other. There's the Wisconsin people and the Oklahoma people and the people from Texas.
Right.
It's hard to work Vegas.
Right wing, left wing, everything.
Yes,
every wing.
yes. All the wings are there.
All the wings.
You're a wing, they're a wing.
Yeah, exactly.
Chicken wings.
The Point, what's it called? The Point Casino. But am I blanking on that?
South Point?
South Point. Mm-hmm. That was another local spot that I used to play.
So what, like the Dirty at 12:30? Oh, the big room there.
I played the big room. Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, Heather McDonald had me open for her there one time. That was really fun.
Very local.
Yeah.
A little older, though.
Yeah, which is fine.
Jimmy's, I did very well, too. I got standing ovations there, but
you
it's a struggle.
Let me tell you something.
It's a struggle.
I don't say this shit. I told you I don't like people, so I would never just like compliment you for no reason. You get more standing ovations than any comic I've ever worked with.
I've heard
I would have to say 75% of the shows we work on, maybe more, you get standing ovations. It's always like 4 out of the 6.
I don't get it, though. I seriously, first of all, I don't get what they're laughing at. But I don't understand why, because I've heard it from club owners.
It's really true.
We've never even seen one. You got one every show.
I don't think any other comic I've ever worked with has gotten one.
But what is it?
I do not know.
I don't want to talk about me.
It's true, though.
It is true, but I don't get it. I don't get why.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I'm not going to look at it. I mean, I don't know why they're standing.
Maybe their ass is hurt. I don't know. Whatever it is.
One time I was...
you do a long show, which is also a nice treat for the audience.
I middled one time, or not middled. I opened, it was a co-headliner show, and I got a standing ovation. I was on before him.
Tone it down when you're opening.
He was pissed.
There are some
Never
people
spoke to me again.
There are some people who don't want good comics before them.
Me.
I don't understand. Oh, great. He hires me and he says he
did that on purpose.
It's really interesting because for me, I don't want to have to like try to pull a crowd back up. I want to ride the wave of a good comic. So like it's weird to me.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a tweener. I really do like you opening for me.
Yeah, you don't want someone you want someone who knows what they're supposed to do. That's not my job to go up and get a standing ovation before you. That's not my job. It's to get them going and to make them like open up and start going and like, here he is. That's the job of the opener.
Jill, I got to be honest with you what I did recently.
Oh, no.
I had a really hard time. I hope he's not listening. I had a really hard time following this guy. They had this one woman. She didn't do that great, but it was fine. I go up. I only need 8 minutes.
Sure.
This guy is an audience guy. And you know what an audience? Tell people what an audience person is.
So somebody who works the crowd, talks to the audience, they're doing things. So
and
now the crowd.
Original.
It's never original. And the crowd is super excited because you're talking to them.
So tell the audience who's listening now what the problem is with following that type of comedy.
Because then they expect you to do it. And you're not talking to them. Now they're not the center of the show and they're pissed. Yeah.
And I was struggled. One show I was drenched.
Yeah.
I was drenched. And I'm going, I don't want to work this hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
So he's probably thinking, follow that. You know,
and you're like, no, because I'm not going to hire you again.
I don't want to follow that. I shouldn't have to follow. None of these people were there to see him. Oh, it didn't matter to him.
Right.
Oh, he would not. I said to him, can you just do your act? He goes, I don't have an act.
Oh.
That's what he says to me. And I'm going, just, you know, and then, so then, you know, I did. This is where the secret comes in.
The secret, the book?
No, the secret. This is where the secret I was whispering earlier
gotcha.
of what I did. You're going to love this because you're like
evil?
like me. Yeah, you're evil. That's the word. That's the word. What I did, and this was actually true. He was also dirty.
Oh, which you don't like.
No.
Yes, you want your openers clean.
Tell people the reason for that.
There's a couple reasons. One, because if you were a clean comic, which you were not, if you were, it's because
I'm relatively clean though.
You're not, but you're not like a clean comic.
No.
And if you were, it would be because your audience likes clean comedy, and so they're not there to see dirty. Right. But also because it's like you want the shock value. You want to do the openers clean and whatever because you get to do you don't want to use up all the fucks. That's the expression.
Thank you. Exactly. And that's what he was doing. So he starts them off, bam, 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 and racist stuff. And
that's just never good in general.
Well, no. I mean, you know, like, hey, look at you. What are you, Puerto Rican? I mean, like that kind of stuff. It was like, this is like old school, and it's going to kill. It's going to kill. Yeah. But his whole thing is, I'm going to kill.
Right. Have you seen Lampanelli? That's what she's doing all this stuff. They love it. They eat it up. You're talking to them. You're making fun of them. They love it. Not as an opener.
But not as an opener. No. It's not good. But this guy, he's trained in this. It's all he does. So he would not let up. He would not go off the accelerator. I kept saying, I actually said, bro, this is hard to follow.
Yeah.
He didn't care. He didn't care. He's there to kill. So that he's hired again. I just saw him. He was hired at the same place weeks later. I just saw him on Instagram.
Sure, because
they love it. The club doesn't get it, though. This is not a good booking.
Right.
They don't understand.
It's not a good fit.
So you know what I did to him? I said, hey, man, I was just talking to my friend that books cruises, and they're looking for new people. This is true, actually.
But you got to be clean.
Got to be clean. So I said,
I'll videotape your set.
I said, I'm going to have a video. You make sure, no. And he sucked.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, that's the thing.
Easy to follow.
Because he's relying on dirty words and crowd work and stuff to be funny.
Let's see where you are without
see your
fuck.
jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Whole other guy.
Yeah.
Same stuff, but didn't have the same impact.
Punch,
to say fucking Polak is different than just Polak.
Or just Polish person, or don't say.
I'm just imitating him. I wouldn't say
exactly
that word.
right.
Okay, but that's what he would do.
You couldn't say either of those things on a cruise ship. So yes, he'd have to right.
So I was honest though. I did hook him up with the guy who books the cruise ships.
Good, that's nice.
So I did. I was a man of my word, but I had one good show. Thank God.
Well, that's so tough because it's like really there are comics who want someone like whatever before them, but like. As an opener, you ask the headliner. Like, I opened for Nate Bargatze a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. That was amazing. And, like, he's clean, and his crowd is clean. But then I opened for Drew Lynch a few weeks before that. He's like, do whatever you want. I don't care. And I was, like, filthy because he's like, whatever, it's fine. I like that. The crowd gets riled up. Then they're ready for me. I was like, okay. I mean, not filthy, but for opening standards, I was,
Drew Lynch, he's real clean, isn't he?
No. You think that because he's on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
He's not filthy, but he was like, I don't care what you do. It does not matter to me. Just get the crowd going. I was like, all right. And so every comic wants something different. Yeah. I always ask the headliner. I always say, is there anything? I have a friend who does music. He has like some music cues and things he does. And we were both opening and middling for Melissa Villaseñor. And she does music. She does, impersonations and a lot of music and songs and stuff. And they said to him, like, you can't do music the rest of the weekend because it's some comics, they're like, this is my thing. It's like, and I get it. Like Heather McDonald, she was hiring me for a while. And then she said, like, I hope you don't mind. I don't really use women anymore or gay guys. Like she likes to use gay guys are fine. I think it's like single straight men or gay guys. Because our material overlaps.
You don't want to be, yeah.
And she's right.
I've asked you to remove a couple.
Yeah, because or like tonight
kids.
I'm working on this. Like you can do your dating material, don't do your kid. Exactly. You don't want you don't want the audience to be like, yeah, everybody talked about that tonight, and it makes perfect sense.
Or we just heard this.
Exactly. Yeah, I love Heather.
I'm also lazy. I don't want to. Heather lives around here.
I thought so.
I hang out with her husband.
She's great.
I golf with her husband.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he's a riot. But
the legs on her, my God.
Well, she shows them enough.
They're beautiful. I'd
if
be
I showed
showing
them
them
that
too.
much, I would look that good too.
Yeah, well, I'd be showing them too. I'd be showing a lot more if I had
She
that body.
shows them all the time.
Because they're gorgeous.
All right.
If you had can we curse? Are we?
Yeah, we're fine.
If you had like a 16-inch penis, would you not be walking around swinging it in the wind? Like, you want people to know. This is what
I've
have.
been debating that for years, whether I should. I was told not to.
Well, you should. Everyone should know the lovely beauty of it.
I grossed people out. I put one
little photo in the church program, and everybody loses their mind.
I put a photo. It was the weirdest thing. I should show it to you. And for some reason, it was this. Have you ever heard of these wraps? They're to lose weight.
Yes.
You look like a mummy.
It's called It Works. And it doesn't.
They wrap me like a mummy.
Oh, my God.
And then they put me on a treadmill.
Oh, my God.
Right?
To sweat it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wrapped like a mummy, and it really did look ridiculous down there. Oh. I mean, it looked ridiculous. Where people were going, "What the?" I mean,
because you're like wrapped, and it's like a piece of raw chicken just hanging out.
But this really did look like. I mean, I'm good down there.
Okay.
But this was
God bless you.
But this was like a God bless you. No,
Should you just go out wrapped for your first dates from now on?
No,
Is that
people would literally say, "Take that off," like it was pornography.
What people were looking at you?
In the Instagram, I posted it on Instagram, me and the mummy thing. But
did you post your schlong on the mummy thing?
My schlong was underneath, but it
looked
it
was like lumped. I thought it was hanging out.
No.
And I was like, what did you post?
No, I'm Heather McDonald of penises. You said
it's
show.
Gorgeous.
If you had that, you would show. But
you have two of them? That's weird.
My point is this big lump, that was already offensive. Imagine if I actually showed.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Did they allow that?
But you're saying that. So she's got this great feature that's
yeah.
What's your favorite feature about yourself?
My teeth.
So what? I'm going to look for some more Instagram.
Because you know why? Because your teeth never get fat, and so even when I was very heavy, my smile was always nice because my teeth are straight, and so people are like, "Oh, you have great teeth," and I'm like, "Thanks," because they never get. I also have nice ankles.
Let me be honest with you. You do not show your teeth enough.
Let me be honest with you. You do not have nice teeth. Can you imagine?
No. Imagine I would have said that. There was a second you actually thought
hilarious.
I was going to.
I thought you were going to say it as a joke.
There was this 1 second you were like, is he going where I think he's going?
My dad paid a lot of money for these.
You need to show your teeth more.
I show them all the time.
You do not.
Doing what? Should I just talk like this?
Yes, a little. You need to show them more because you had to point that out to me.
Oh.
You're no Heather McDonald of teeth.
Oh, well, listen.
I want to see you. I want to see you displaying on Instagram. It's better than our friends' videos.
Like,
you know who I'm talking
Heather's
about.
got those.
Heather's
got those beautiful legs, so she could wear. She could wear short shorts to like show off her beautiful legs. I guess I could wear one of those things that like the dentist puts in, just to show off,
like a Hannibal Lecter.
Yes, I'll just like sit like this.
You got to do something though. It's more smiling shots.
All right, more smiling.
If it's your
every shot. Now look at Instagram. You will see literally every shot is a smiling shot.
Do it with music.
I never take like.
She always has music. He's just. That'd be great. Just teeth it up.
Okay.
And then everybody's going to go, have you seen Jill Kimmel's teeth?
Oh, my God.
I never noticed before.
Her teeth are spectacular.
Ever since she did Craig Shoemaker's podcast. It's amazing. It's like
she smiles more. It's like he's magic. It's like he had the two magic words.
Yes, he's the
Unlike Johnny LaQuasto.
He's the Colonel Tom Parker of management.
Now I want a banana and peanut butter sandwich. Damn you.
How about our friend on Instagram? It's unbelievable. You're looking at me going, don't say it, Craig. I just had this with Jamie Kennedy. I've never seen fear on someone.
I don't have fear. I would just feel bad.
I kept bringing topics up, and he would go, no, bro, no, bro.
We don't want to be canceled.
We're not. Yeah, exactly. You're like, who cares?
Well, we're not going to be canceled. It would just hurt a person's feelings if he thought that you and I mutually watch his videos and go, why are you doing this? And then send them to each other and go, did you see today's? Did you see today's? It's not nice. It's fine.
So cruel and evil, as you said.
It's actually not cruel and evil. It's actually...
We do keep it between us.
Sure.
But I was
until right now.
But I was so happy.
You were like, oh, thank God you think that too.
I know. When I found that I had my soulmate. It was my soulmate is someone else that goes, what?
Why?
Why?
I showed my mother the other day. I was look at this. She was like, what is that person doing? I was like, I can't. I don't know.
She too?
Yeah, she too, Brute. Yes. She was like, ew. Yeah. She was like, why? I'm like, I don't know.
What in the world?
How is that funny? Is what she said.
How is that funny? How about every day? Oh my God.
We can't.
Well, we can't do it.
We can't talk about it.
But we can actually get audience to write me to try to get it out of me.
Oh.
That's a good way to promote the show.
Yeah, sure.
Who was it? Who is it? What is those videos? This guy could go viral just because we're talking about it, because everyone's going to want to see these videos now.
I feel like I have
Folks,
a virus every time I watch.
The worst. We get vomit. So I keep doing.
It's not our style of humor.
Whose style is it? That's the thing. We got to test this with other people. Jill, here's what we're going to do.
Oh, no.
We're going to get 2 or 3 friends, okay, as like a test, okay? We have a test audience. They do that with TV shows.
Sure, I've done that. I was on Press Your Luck. I went and I sat in a studio audience when I was visiting New York. I was like 12 years old. They had us sit in the audience, and you press like one button when you liked what was happening and the other button when you didn't like what was happening. And it was, that show, Press Your Luck. No whammies, that game show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when they were like testing that.
Listen, I have a little fame,
my claim to fame.
And I still do it for free tickets in Vegas.
Yeah, it's fun. Why not?
Have you go take the little quiz. How do you like the show or whatever?
There's not that much to do in Vegas when you're there working for a week.
Well, we should do this. We should do this with these. We should pick 3 people. You pick 3 and I pick 3. And
Make them watch.
We'll just say, what do you think? And don't even lead them down.
Right.
And let's see what they say.
People who didn't hear this podcast, though, so they won't know what we're doing.
Well, nobody listens to this thing. So anyway.
Why did I stop here again?
Because it's on the way.
It's true. It is on the way.
And you're supposed to meet my family. By the way, Gordon, if Chloe's here, send her in, because I want Jill to meet Chloe.
I will. I'm not leaving till I meet her.
Hopefully. I think that they were supposed to stop over here. Is she here?
Oh, good.
Oh, Chloe's going to come back? She told you that, or my wife, Mika? Oh, okay.
I was like, Chloe's got errands to run.
Yeah, the 7-year-old's going, I've got errands to run. I'll be back. Oh, they're coming back? I wonder if they're coming back with the dog.
She's dropping her stuff off at the accountant for her taxes. Are they coming back with the dog? Do you know what kind of dog you're fostering?
No, I don't know.
Not even know. See, Jill, I was very specific when I was going to foster. I was like, I'm going to be home for like a month. Yeah. Let me foster a dog. So I said if you have any, and it was very particular. I was like, I don't want any shedding in my house. I don't want short-haired dogs. I will donate money all day long to it. I will do events for free to raise money for shelters. I do not want a dog that is like, I don't want to be inconvenienced. Not to be rude. I just don't. So they brought over this dog that it was half poodle, which means it doesn't shed and it's hypoallergenic. And I absolutely fell in love with him. And a week later, I was crying. I was like, I don't want to bring him to the adoption event. And my boyfriend at the time was like, why don't we just keep him? I was like, really? So we adopted him. And now I'm a single mother to that
we're
dog.
Not allowed to adopt.
Why?
I don't know why. No, we're not allowed to adopt the one we're fostering.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe when you'll find out.
Is it like you don't snort your own stash? Is that like
I don't understand the reasoning on this, but
I wonder if it's because they know you're down to foster, so they'll have that dog adopted out. So now you'll foster a different dog, because once you adopt a dog, you're less likely to foster. I think.
Well, then then you're off.
Yeah,
the list.
so they don't. Right, so they don't want to.
Aha, that must be it.
That's what I would imagine.
We'll see. I'm out of the loop. I'm sure you've done this to your ex-husband. We're just out of the loop. Like, you make the plans with the kids and all this kind of stuff.
He was only out of the loop because he never listened to what was happening in the loop. I would always tell him about the loop. He didn't want to know about the loop.
I want you to
he
talk
saw
to
it as
my wife.
A string.
I want to know if she says the same thing. It's because he doesn't listen.
He never listened. But you actually have a career and a job and you're traveling and a life, and he didn't. He would sleep till noon. He didn't, and it was like, what are you doing today? Wow. Oh, I have to, drop off. But now that we're divorced, he makes a great living. I'm like, could you have done this? We would still be together.
Doesn't he pay you?
No. What are you, nuts?
What do you mean, what am I, nuts?
I mean,
I paid my ex-wife $12,000 a month. My friends always go,
I'd divorce you. Totally.
I'd blow you as much as she did.
You're like
which
never, which was never.
Right.
Right, which is why we're divorced.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah, never got
Nothing?
$1. I actually make more than him. So when we were getting divorced, he's like, I'll take you for child support. I said, go for it. I said, it will be worth it to be rid of you. I will pay you whatever the courts deem necessary.
Wow.
And neither one of us,
Oh,
the
so
kids were a little
why.
older anyway. The kids were like 13 and 15 when we got divorced. So, how much could I have gotten out of him? He cleans pools for a living.
My kid just called me just now. I've been trying him for 2 days.
Oh, which one?
Nightmare, the oldest one.
Oh.
These kids.
Nightmare to get a hold of him? I've
been trying for days. I'm trying everything. I try talking like him. I go, bro, what's up?
Right?
I try anything, but doesn't get back to me.
You're like, call me, dead ass.
He
like you just say
knows
there.
I'm on a podcast now. That's why he called now, knowing I can't answer.
Right. Well, I do that.
What's that?
I do that. If there's somebody that I don't want to talk to, I might call them when I know that they're doing something else.
Oh my God.
Because I just want to text. I don't want to talk. I'm not a phone person.
Oh, God.
You like to talk on the
always
phone.
been a phone guy.
You are a phone guy, and I know I'll have to return your call, so I will just answer when you call. My Aunt Chippy's the same way. She likes the phone.
I'm glad I'm
But
compared
at
to
least
Aunt
you
Chippy.
will text. But Aunt
Yes, I
Chippy
will.
doesn't have text, doesn't know how.
Okay,
So she
I'm
will
not that
just
bad.
leave you messages. I've called you 3 times already. Call me back. All I want to know is if you got the $50 I sent you for your birthday. And then you're like, now I have to call her, and then you call, and it's like, so when I see her calling, I answer, because then it's going to be a 3-day touch and go.
You tell Aunt Chippy for $50, I will talk to her every day.
She's still, I'm 50 years old. She's still, every birthday, she sends us $50 in a card. Buy what you want. I'm too old to be picking things out. I don't order things from the internet. You get your money, do what you want with it.
Well, I'm in the wrong family. $5 max from anybody. $5 max.
We are a very generous bunch. That is for
my
sure.
God.
There's no one in the family that you're like, what's with
Jimmy
this
gave
gift?
you your own night. You have your own night at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club
and then
in Vegas. on
COVID took it
Thursdays.
away.
I know. But I remember
My parents just bought me a house. They knew the heartbreak I was going through. You knew the heartbreak I was going through.
Yeah.
Just went through that really bad breakup. And my parents were like, we'll buy you a house in California. I was like, how pathetic did I seem if they were like, we'll buy you a house just to get you away from
you're
him?
on the other side of it.
Oh, it was bad.
I did want to do an intervention.
There was a lot of crying.
But there was also a lot of, complaining.
Yeah, I had to get through it.
Yeah, you did one of those. But I don't want to talk about them.
Yeah.
But I'm going
to
to
talk
next
about
50 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was hard because you're in it. You're with someone for almost 4 years, and then so the way I get over
I'm
it.
not bitter, but I'm going to give you some.
The way I got over it was that his new girlfriend, who he was dating behind my back, called me, or she messaged me, and we started talking and compared notes. And she promptly went over and broke up with him. And so now he doesn't have either one of us.
My biggest fear when I was single is the women getting.
He wasn't single. That's the thing.
I'm saying,
yeah.
when one can meet the other, it was always frightening to me because they'd say, he says that to you?
Yeah, but guess what?
Like I have to have a new script
it's
for each
fine
one.
if both people know. Like she said, she was like, I would have been fine just hooking up and whatever. He was the one who was like, how do I make you my girlfriend? How do I make you mine? I'm like, meanwhile, he was seeing me also.
Oh, jeez.
So, and that's where the problem is.
But
when the lying.
The good news is, as comedians, you get to turn it all around.
I said to her, I spent 4 days texting and talking with you, putting the puzzle pieces together of the last few months. You did more for me than 7 months of therapy. And now I'm through it. And it's so nice to be on the other side. But wow, when you're in it, it's misery. I have a few friends right now who are going through breakups, and I have to be there for them because I know, like, the people that were there for me, it's like, sometimes you just need to, like, and sometimes it's like someone you don't even know that well that you're like, just like, and then, and they're like, okay, well, maybe you should stop being pathetic. I don't know. It's like, so I appreciate everybody who helped me through the breakup, particularly Megan.
So I'm doing texting right now.
Yeah, what are you
during
texting?
the podcast? I'm telling
happens.
Chloe to come back.
Chloe, come back to us. Well, she'll be back. I mean,
I don't know where but you have to go to your show.
I do. I got to go do my show at the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club.
So now you're headlining, you're Miss Headliner.
Well, in
Will you ever
rooms.
open for me again, or are you beyond?
Of course. I headline in the small rooms. So if I want to work the big rooms, I have to either do an off night or open for you guys. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you should be a headliner, don't you think?
Not
You have a lot
at
of
that
material.
level. I do, and I have plenty of material.
Hour, 2 hours?
I could do, if I had to do, I could do I'd say a comfortable hour 20. I wouldn't say 2. I mean,
with audience work.
I have 2 hours of material.
Yeah.
But it's not all good, you know.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know what I mean? Or it's like old stuff or whatever. But, I mean, I could do an hour 20 if I had to. I prefer 45 minutes to an hour is like just right for me. But, no, I'm definitely headlining, and I'm headlining the smaller rooms, which is right where I should be, I think. But the big rooms, listen, they want a name. They want to draw.
That is true.
I could headline it.
True.
I could do it because when I open for you, I am clean. When I do my own stuff, I am not clean. I'm not filthy, but I'm definitely not clean.
You're you.
And that's way more fun for me. And it's more fun for the crowd because they see it's like comfortable. But yeah, we just I've been doing a lot of rooms, and everything in Phoenix is open. So I've actually been working this whole time.
I know Phoenix is like, it's so
They don't
weird.
care about health or anything.
Here the two places where old people go, Florida and Arizona, are the two #1 people that don't care about COVID. It makes no sense
Well,
to
it's
me.
not even them. It's the governors or whatever. It's our governor.
But it's them too. I mean, I walked around Florida. They get mad if you wear a mask.
Yeah, it does seem that way, but it's not even the old people in Arizona. It's like the people who are my age who are like, "Ugh, you sheep," and you're like, I mean, listen.
Which is the sheep with the mask or
with the mask?
Oh,
they say that we're sheep for wearing. I'm like, listen, I don't know if it works. I'm told by some scientists who are very smart, smarter than me, that it works. Also, it's just the rules. If you have to wear a mask, just wear a freaking mask. This one guy, I was in Whole Foods, and I'm standing there with everyone's in line. Everyone's got a mask on. It's the rules right now, whether you think it works or not. That's the rules. Yeah. Wear your mask. So this guy comes in.
Just like you got to wear shoes.
Exactly. Whether you're a barefoot surfer or not, throw on a flip-flop and come in.
Right.
So this guy comes in, he's with like his 7-year-old or whatever, and he's got no mask, she's got no mask, and he's arguing with the manager. And this is literally only like 2 months ago. It's not a new thing. It has been going on for a year. Just wear the mask. And he's arguing with her. He goes to Storm Pass, and he's like, I'll go shop somewhere where I don't have to wear a mask. I'm like, so everyone's in there quiet, you know, not wanting to say anything. I'm like, I live for this shit. Like, this is the moment. I'm waiting for this kind of interaction so I could jump in. I go, where are you going to go grocery shop that you don't need a mask? And he turns and looks at me. I go, where? There's nowhere. Everywhere requires a mask. I said, look at me. I'm gorgeous and I'm wearing a mask. Put a mask on. And everybody started laughing. And I was like, that felt good. But just to tell this guy off, like, listen, I don't care what you think about whether masks work or not. I don't care. It's not my place to say. Just leave the manager of Whole Foods alone.
You have to respect, respect people. And if the people in charge believe that, I do believe it's a conversation we all need to have. And it has to be all sides. We have to explore all sides.
Yes. But if they make you wear a mask in a store, you just have to.
If it's mandatory, it's mandatory, just like seatbelts are.
Right.
I was not happy about that.
Click it or ticket.
I wasn't happy when they took cigarettes off of
airplanes. Dear God, how old are we? You're not that much older than me. But I do remember when smoking was allowed on planes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they still have the little no cigarette sign up above. It's like we all should know that. But
I've been on planes that they still have the little ashtrays.
Wow.
Spirit Airlines.
I was going to say American.
No, Spirit.
Spirit's the
you
worst.
Ever been on that?
Of course.
I did one, and I could
You
never
have to do it at least once.
I have a bit my act about the seat back, how that 1.5 inches, who cares,
Right.
No.
No.
It makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
You're like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
In traction.
Right.
Without that 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't make fun of it anymore, but I can't fly.
What we're saying is that extra 1.5 inches matters.
That's exactly right. You can make anything dirty, Joe.
I feel like I'm like singing a rap song or something right now. I'm not. I'm just, these headphones are big, and so I'm like holding them up.
I know you've got your
they're like sliding off my head.
I thought it was because of the hair.
When my hair looks like this, I look like the bus driver from The Simpsons. It's like just sticking out like under his ball cap.
Little Medusa thing going on.
A little bit. Stone. I'll turn you to stone.
I do you like having curly hair?
I do and I don't. I do because it's easy and everyone's like, oh my God, your curls. And I'm like, I hate it. I just want silky hair. I want that beautiful Christy Brinkley hair from back in the day. I just dated myself. That Pantene swinging like silky and blown out and just like long layers.
They never have those Pantene commercials with curly heads.
No. And you know who they never have also with curly hair?
What?
Newscasters. There is no news anchor with curly hair. And I always noticed that growing up.
You know what? If there's a prejudice out there, we could start something here.
I could start being like, really? Oh, are you curly hairedist? You're curlist? Because So I've never seen.
Are you a curlist?
I've never seen a newscaster with curly hair, but when sometimes I get my hair blown out. So, they'll blow it out and it's like straight and I feel like, oh, yeah, I feel like gorgeous with my hair like that. I never like to wear my hair like that on stage because I don't feel funny when my hair's like that. Because I feel sexy when my hair's straight.
I think you're onto something here. I really
it's
do.
weird. It's
I think
a feeling.
you're onto something. The curlists.
Curls are funny, right? And people.
No, the curlists.
They are curlists.
You need to go with this.
It's
now
true.
that you're saying it, I'm going, oh my God. There's no curls anywhere.
They do. They think you're like a goofy, funny girl or whatever. You're never like the sexy chick. Unless your curls are like waist length, right? And like big and beautiful. And it's been a thing over the years. There's movies been made about people with curly hair and like the curls and how people are always blowing them out and straightening them, get rid of them. And
Chris Rock did a documentary.
Yes, it's about hair. And it's like, my hair is very, I don't know where the hell it came from. My mother has wavy hair, but like this is like.
What are you talking about where it comes from? You're part Italian.
Yeah, I know, but my mother's hair is just like wavy.
Oh, it doesn't.
Everyone thinks I'm Jewish because of the hair, which is fine. I mean, I'm close. When you're in New York and you're Italian, Jewish people in New York, it's the same, like we have the same expressions and the family and the kissing and the hugging and the what do you need? Do you need something? Can I feed you? It's really the same.
A lot of the same.
So I'm an honorary Jewish person.
And yo is always spelled backwards.
That's a great way to look at it.
Oi,
yes.
yo, oi.
Hey, Maron.
What's the difference?
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know our friend Joey Scioli from Grimaldi's Pizza.
Yes.
He's both.
Oh, okay.
He's Italian and Jewish. Yeah. He's a pizza bagel. Yes, exactly.
Those are delicious.
Oh, I know. But anyway, it's so great. Oh, God, we went way over time.
Did we?
But that's the way we roll. That's the way
we do roll like that.
I know.
Maybe we can cut out that one part.
Which part are we cutting out?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later.
All right. That's what Jamie Kennedy was on here, and he says, bro, I'm going to be calling you about
some edits.
Yeah, I got some edits for you. Well, you can call me with your edits. Well, good luck with everything. How do we find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram, both as It's Me, Jill Kimmel, and also TikTok, but I don't really do anything on there. I'm just on there to stalk my daughter.
Wow.
Not stalk her, but just to watch her videos because it's fun.
No, you want to stalk her to make sure she's doing things right. But
nah, she's 18. I don't really want to watch the shit she's doing, but I do. It's fun.
Oh,
but
Jill, well, you know what happened the other day? I met this mother of these two celebrity girls who are huge TikTok people. She goes, "Oh, they'll teach you how to do it." And she goes, "Here, follow them, and they'll follow you back." And I'm like, "Whoa,
a dance or something?"
No, they're 13 years old.
Oh no, thank you. Not following.
I'm creeping out.
Yeah,
I'm a creeper.
No.
And they want me to follow them.
And
they're
she's
going to teach me how to get more followers. I'm going, no.
I'm good.
And they're in bikinis and stuff. I'm going, no, whoa. And when you first look at it, when it pops up, it's just a bikini.
Sure,
and
you don't know.
Go, whoa, that's the 13-year-old.
And you're focusing. You're like, yeah, wait, this is a child. No,
it's a child.
Gross. And that she's promoting that is like a little disturbing.
Millions of followers.
I one time had a kid who had a crush on my daughter, and my son's 2 years older than them, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's this kid, Hunter. He had a crush on my daughter, Allison. And Carson's 2 years older than Allison and Hunter. And then Hunter had a little sister named Zoe. And so she said to me, the mom, you know what I got Hunter for Christmas? I got him an 8x10 picture of Allison. I blew it up and framed it so he could put it next to his bed because he had a crush on my daughter. Mm-hmm. And I just paused and I said, that's so weird. I got Carson an 8x10 picture of Zoe and put it by his bed. So like her 7-year-old, my like 13-year-old she was like, what? I go, that's how that sounded to me.
Yeah.
You put a picture of my daughter by your son's bed.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I didn't even think about it like that. I was like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
And so then I was like, hey, Carson, hide that picture of Zoe.
Jill,
no, I'm just kidding.
Jill, I love your evil.
It's evil for good, though.
I know it's a good evil.
Thank you.
I think you should be a superhero.
Oh, my God, thank you. I look so good in a cape.
And the curls.
Curls.
We'll call you Curls the superhero. They don't have one.
They don't have one.
That's your superpower.
I'll be Super Curl instead of Super Girl.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Well, follow Jill Kimmel. She's really, really funny. One of the funniest people out there, in my opinion.
Yes, for sure.
I just told Jamie Kennedy that.
All of the people.
Watch Jamie Kennedy. That's who's going to be opening. This is going to be a total opener poacher. So, anyway, thanks, Jill. Good luck tonight and with your career and everything, and we'll see you real soon. By the way, make sure you follow this podcast and spread the word. Look, I know you had fun today. We have fun on all these podcasts. It's called Enlightened Up. Spread the word. give us a good rating, download, all that stuff you're supposed to do. And I really would appreciate it because we need to spread the word. And just remember these words: enlighten the fuck up, okay? See you next time.